Lights, camera, action. Let's start the show. Here's a little bit of wedding advice from me to help your love story unfold. Welcome back, lovebirds. This is your wedding series, and we are planning your wedding from the beginning. I am your content creator, and back in season 1, I talked all about how to start planning your marriage and your wedding early at the age of 14. Now, I know that nobody gets married at 14 years old, but I was giving some amazing advice and guidance on how you can start planning, saving money, how you can start learning how to become a wife, a mother, and even a homeowner when you're 14 years old. Now, you're not going to go being those things at that point of 14 years old, but it's helping you to put plans in place and learning how to be strategic about these things for your future and how to just be an all-around amazing adult. We fast forward to the age in which you got engaged, and that was in season 2. Everybody gets engaged at a different time of their life, so we don't put an age on that. But then we are now in season 3. So a lot has happened. If you're looking to plan your wedding, what I'm calling the right way, which there is no actual right way to plan your wedding. There's a better way to do things. There's other ways to do things. But just because you plan your wedding completely different from the way that I'm saying to plan your wedding doesn't mean that it still can't be full of love and full of amazingness, as well as having that foundation. Now, if you want to understand more about the foundation, I talked about this in season 1. And you're always welcome to send me an email to ask questions about any of this, you guys, any of it, okay? So that is where we are at. We are now in season 3, episode 17. And today we're talking about the wedding registry. So this is going to be where you register for gifts that you would like to receive for your wedding day. I pause. I ponder. I want you to really think about this. We've now created a registry so that people can give us the gifts that we want or even that we need. Traditionally, this was not a thing. Traditionally, people just brought you gifts. They were very happy for you. You didn't give them a wish list. This isn't Santa Claus, okay? Your guests are not Santa Claus. Santa Claus is not even real. So you don't need to look at the people coming to your wedding as just, oh, well, let's see what gifts we're going to get. I've literally heard people say only invite people or mix it in with people that you know that have money, because your friends that are your age probably don't have any money and they're not going to get you very good gifts, or they're not going to give you any money. I find that to be very sad. And these days, people would call it an unpopular opinion. And I don't really care what you call it, but I call it sad. And this is because we've really gotten away from what gift giving is supposed to be. It's about the person who is giving. And it's what they deem would be an appropriate gift for you. All of it's gotten so out of control and so about me, about self. And it's gotten away from love, compassion, actual empathy in people's lives, sympathy in people's lives. It's all gone out the window. People are just doing things because they are just doing things. There's no thought behind the things of what people are doing anymore. And it's time for us to get serious. It's time for us to look at this whole registry thing. I've seen it with the baby registry when people have a baby and they want all these very specific, expensive gifts. I've seen things on people's registry that are upwards of $2,000. Now, at the time that you're watching this, it depends on the perspective of the times that you're living in. But in the times that I'm living in right now, giving someone a gift that is well at $1,000 or even at $2,000 is extremely excessive. Now, if a ton of people are going to go in on this gift and maybe everyone spends like $50 a piece, that would be different. But usually it's not the case. People don't get that organized where they all get together and decide, hey, let's just get them one big gift. Let's get them something that they really have been asking for, or something that they need, or something that they want. I really want us to think about this moving forward. Why are you creating a registry? Why do you need a registry for your wedding? Because you're afraid to get more than one toaster? You're afraid to get more than one crock pot? So then gift it to somebody else who doesn't have those things. Maybe you have a neighbor who doesn't even own a crock pot. Maybe you have a family member whose toaster broke that week and you could give them a brand new one. You didn't even have to pay for it. But you just have an abundance, and so you're willing to give something away. Maybe you could be a blessing to somebody else. But registry, I just don't think that they're necessary anymore. Now let's talk about the other side of registry and the reason why I don't think that they're necessary. And it should be something that we should be playing the game, keep it or leave it, because do we really need registries anymore, telling people what to buy us as if they were Santa Claus? Now, the other side of this is times have gotten extremely difficult. Times have gotten very, very hard. And so what I'm seeing is that people are starting to do a fund. They're trying to create and get as many funds as they can to pay for these lavish weddings, which we've talked about have definitely gotten out of control monetary wise. They're also asking for money to help them with the house because most people can't buy a house as well as pay for a wedding, especially when traditionally most weddings are paid for by the parents of the bride, and most parents of the bride, most people in general, are growing up in single family homes with only one parent. So how are the parents of the bride going to pay for an entire wedding when there isn't even a father figure there at all? And he's supposed to be the one that's the quote unquote breadwinner working traditionally. And the mother was supposed to be working from home, working at home, and really, really helping to keep the home afloat, as well as being a helpmate to her husband, being a wonderful mother to their children, teaching them. And so what's happened is that those mothers now have been taken out of that role, and they're working very hard, 40 plus hours a week, to try to make up for the income that's no longer there because that man, that father person, walked out. So I come back to this. Do we see how things continue to fall out of balance when those beginning learnings that we talked about in season 1 aren't there? There is no mentor couple even in the house that you live in because there's only one parent. It's very, very difficult. It's very, very sad. Now, there are other reasons why you may have grown up with only one parent, and that's where your family and the church that you attend was supposed to help your mother in these things, okay? It's not always the person that's still there. It's not always their fault that the other person left, okay? That was supposed to be doing life with them, helping them to raise these children, and helping them to have a home together. So we take a deep breath because things are definitely different. And with that, we're going to have to figure out how to change some things. Traditionally, a lot of traditions in this way that people don't think about are changing, are going out the window. People think about other things that are traditions when it comes to weddings, but they're not thinking about the family dynamic that used to also be a tradition. The family dynamic used to be a tradition. Everyone got together. They spent time together. When there was a wedding, everyone got together like in a village, and like a family and prepared for this wedding. And it wasn't just the couple getting married, paying for all of this stuff and trying to have this wonderful wedding. And that's why I think we're going to see more elopements and more people just going to the courthouse. I really do. Because times are going to continue to get worse, and it's going to continue to get real, and people aren't going to have the money for this stuff, or they're just going to go into debt and be pretenders. They're going to get credit cards and go into debt and put all this stuff on a credit card. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Okay? So those people that you see that are asking for funds, don't look down your nose at them. Times are difficult and they don't know what to do. They need money to survive in this world. So if you go to a wedding and all you're bringing is something monetary, that's okay. If they say no cards, please don't bring a card and put the money in the card. Just put the money in an envelope and keep it pushing. If that's all that they ask for, just do what they're asking for. Because right now, they don't even know where they're going to store those cards, and it's going to become trash. And now you spent $5 on a card, because you know cards are getting expensive and ridiculous, unless you learn how to make your own card and print it out at home on your printer, which most people don't even take the time to do, but they can take the time to print out tons of stuff for work, for their job. What's happened, guys? What's happened to society? It's broken. It's completely broken. It's completely crushed. And we need to do better. This whole wedding registry thing. Let's look at that. Most of the time, it's the lady, the bride, that's getting all these gifts for the kitchen. That's what I noticed. There's so much cooking things for her and this and that. And that's what they put on the registry. And that's what people gift them. And, you know, artwork for their walls. I don't see anything from the strong men. Where are the strong men that are supposed to be out there mowing the lawn? Where's the lawnmower gifts? Where's the tools for the car? Where's the tools to build the furniture? I don't see any of those gifts running around. There's hardly anything for the men. Men, you got to step up and say, hey, if we do have a registry, can I add some things on there too that I would like to have? Things that are going to help me around the house. Not just cooking stuff. Unless he's the one that cooks, then okay, he's got his tools ready. He's got his tools, right? So it's just something to think about. Do you want a bunch of stuff? Would you like funds to help you for the future? Or would you just like to be surprised and just see what people would like to give you? I know that people are having trouble just buying someone a gift these days if someone doesn't make a registry. And that makes me sad too, because our brains don't even know how to think about other people anymore and what they would want or like or need. We don't even get to know the people that were going to these weddings, birthdays, baby showers, for anniversaries too. Those usually don't get a gift at all. And we don't even think about, oh, I'm going to their event. Maybe I should bring them something. Maybe I should bring them a little gift. What would they like? I know them well enough that I should know what they like. If you've been invited to a party or event, that's what I want to say. Please, at least know the guest of honor. At least know the guest of honor well that is inviting you and have some form of relationship with them. It's important, guys. It's important. These things are so important. Okay, so that's us talking about the registry. I want you guys to really think about it. Please take your time and think about it. We are now at the segment called Be My Guest. If you have been at the point of planning your wedding and you've set up a registry, or you've gone to a wedding and you've looked at a registry and you wondered, oh my goodness, I can't afford anything on here. That's happened to us before as a couple. We've looked at people's registry for their wedding and we're like, we can't afford anything on here. We're just going to give them what we think that they would like. And that's what we did. So if you are a person out there that has either gone to a wedding and you've, tried to bring a gift from the registry, or, taken the time out to bring a gift from the registry, that's important as well. I would like to hear from you. I would like for you to be a guest right here on your wedding series podcast. As your content creator, you guys know I've gone to tons of weddings and I'm giving advice on things that I feel like could be done a little bit better, but I'm also talking about things that I've seen that have gone so well. And so I just want to share that. I've also been married for 6 years, over 6 years now, and I'm giving advice on marriage and weddings as a whole. But if you want to join me here in the conversation, you have some things that you would like to talk about when it comes to the wedding registry, even if you didn't agree with me, even if you're like, no, I don't want this to ever change. I think we need to talk about this. I want to come on the show. Perfect. Send me an email at yourcontentcreator@yahoo.com. We're going to get the conversation started. I'm going to send you some interview questions and see if we're a good fit to be able to hang out with each other. And then we're going to go on a video call together. We're going to record our session, our sesh, and then I'm going to post it right here on your wedding series podcast so that everyone will get a chance to watch and listen in and get some good tips, advice, and guidance on this whole wedding planning thing, okay? And guess what, lovebirds? You already know what I'm about to say. You already know. That's the end of the episode. I will see you, lovebirds, tomorrow. Bye, lovebirds.
Lights, camera, action, baby, strike a pose. Phones and cameras out, just watch it all unfold. We're the stars of the show, ain't no need for filters. Living life through the lens, capturing our breath. Put away your phones and cameras, let the good times roll. Our content creators got it all under control. From weddings to events, parties, travel and brands, we're living the paparazzi life. It's all in our hands.
Lights, camera, action, we're ready to go. We're professionals, don't you already know? From TikTok to Instagram, we're taking the lead.